I have no mouse pad anymore. It is moist and cleaned, drying. I need a backup one. That's right, it's not too much intense mouse action in this game. At first, that game of Dota looked pretty crazy. I think OG won. Cool. So we're gonna go in the tent and talk to these people. Gotta just save, yeah. Save again. If in doubt, save again. Someone's home away from home. Just like yours.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Inside 3 young men, so we're looking in there, and one of the men looks at us.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Andre. Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. Oh, look at this pad. They've got a nice... Dude, this tent looks a lot bigger on the inside, doesn't it? Smells like sweat and laundry detergent. Plus a trace of ether. A pile of nasal sprays. Brand name, Nosafed Ultra. A speaker. The big kind they use for live music. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. I don't think that's water. Funky music. Who we talk to? Start with this dude.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like. Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come. It will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy.
We'll shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably anodic music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organised?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
This guy's giving us a lot of respect. Next time, watch yourself. These guys seem alright. There's no need. This place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
It's my phone charger. Derelict hive of narcomania on the coast. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The word.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
It's about the narcomaniacs. So there's burnouts and dopeheads holed up in the church that they want to turn into a club. And it's full of degens. What kind?
The spooky kind.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
This guy sounds like someone from a show or cartoon. God, I can't place. That voice sounds so familiar.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
We'll take the task. Doesn't necessarily mean we'll do it. I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Estelle told me Noid put the padlock on the door. Why?
Oh, so you met her. Good, good.
He's not as glad as he would like you to think. There's concern in his voice.
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
The speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden, cool, infused move, tossing it in your general direction. Be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies towards you. Dude, we're not going to get it. And then will we seem like an idiot? Could we put one in reaction speed quickly here? Our reaction speed's so bad. 42%. Probably still going to stuff it up. Oh my god. That was pointless.
You think you can sense the key moving in the air? Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort. Oh, my health.
Blam! Straight in the eye.
Straight in the eye.
Ball. In the looking ball.
Oh my god, he hit us in the eyeball.
A stabbing pain.
Tears.
Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Ouch. Goddamn asshole. What is wrong with you? Can't you see I'm in pain now?
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited.
Right in the
Threw
eyeball.
too hard. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry he didn't throw them better.
Why are we being such a dick though? I can't say anything else. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Bend your face in mockery of his useless contrition. You almost eye murdered me. A cop. That's use of lethal force.
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
He pulls out some black paper from his belt pack.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
Should we take some money? I feel like maybe this is a spot where we could just take some money.
I hope that settles it.
25 real. That's heaps.
The key?
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably.
Did we only get that 25 real because
mishap.
we messed up then? Wow, we actually got something good from messing up then. I imagine if we caught it, maybe we got something towards cool cop or some sort of stats or who knows. Dude, I'll take 25 real.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. What does anything mean, really?
Oh, yeah.
He looks at his friend with an expression of profound understanding. It sounds like nonsense.
You're right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
I get by. Now, where was I with that padlock?
He nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
Not
Are
long.
there any other questions?
Like a week, maybe?
This is cool. Taking initiative like this is proper citizen behavior, and I endorse it.
Thank you. We just thought, sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's
Who
do
exactly are these people inside the church?
it. Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone?
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
What was that about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crabman.
Crabman?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures and not known for climbing walls.
I think the voice I'm thinking, remembered it. I'm thinking of the voice of A Bug's Life, that big worm. I think that's whose voice I'm thinking of. Sounds a lot like. Are you sure there was a crabman?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
There probably is no crabman. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Wow, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
Let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
You mentioned some kind ecclesiates own the church. Who are these ecclesiates? Ecclesiastes. These.
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
These guys seem pretty non-threatening. But we can mask it, I guess. Now humor me, Andre. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the Innocentic system, no?
Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocent want a club for anotic music at one of their churches?
Totally.
There isn't a trace of doubt in his voice.
The Pericarnassian Church is about love. Anotic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player, as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity!
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
We can know what words, we can enjoy the beat. I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse? I guess love can be pretty hardcore. Just enjoy the beat.
Feels good.
Feels good. I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse. You look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
I got Kim. He's my posse. Sounds like you're just saying random things. Love, posse, make noise.
Are we?
Yeah!
The one with the large head really enjoys it when his friend gets mysterious. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
I now understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. Anotic music is about love, and so is the Pericarnassian Church.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
Yakokata.
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
That I do, whatever that is.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Yeah, we need some disco. This is about the most disco this game's actually been so far. I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water. It's clearly not water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
Oh, it is water? Just distilled water?
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Hate to tell you, but it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
He picks up a piece of telephone cord and inspects it. Wait, I also smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No,
It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent, like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share.
Well, these spiky-haired youths that want to set up a rave in the derelict church? Nah, I bet they wouldn't do drugs. They're on the level. Look at them.
However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
Benzos. What's with all the nose effect?
The what now?
Points at the bottles of nasal spray in the corner. The Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor looking to the souffleur for his line.
Line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do.
Really?
Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure.
Yoink.
Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
These guys sure are giving us a lot of stuff. Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
42%. What is this? Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Take a moment to analyze. Can I...
As always.
Dude, our logic is so high, we're not even, into that one. We could have a smoke to up our logic. I definitely had some sort of logic cloaking, didn't I? +2 logic. That's crazy. What is this? Fallen Pippo. What does this go on? It's a hat. Oh, cool. We do have a new hat. After we gave that one away. Puts our perception though. We don't want to walk around with that on permanently. Our logic is already really good. So I'm surprised I need to add more. Dude, we are so logical right now. It's actually crazy. $11. God damn, and it's our primary one as well. The most logical person out here.
Hi again. So,
Yeah,
how
that's
things
more like
going?
it. -2, still 92%.
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look.
What do we
How
got?
about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. But before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective. Which one should we say? I've got bad news for you, Andre. Things don't add up.
What things?
He senses something is wrong.
This isn't the makings of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
He points at the speaker.
One speaker. They have one speaker. That distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
That Nosafed is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Likely pseudoephedrine. Almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine.
I know that from Breaking Bad. And then when they got to get the pseudo. The ether in the air, a useful solvent. Good for getting acting agent out of a solution.
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether.
You have no headphones. Wouldn't a cell need her headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
I know you pawned them. Likely for lab equipment and drug ingredients.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
With all these stickers everywhere. With the dead smiley dude. Where's his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You only have one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
There's no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
This is why these guys are being so friendly. They've got a lot to hide and they want to... It's courageous to try to get a cop to do their favor for them and get them into the place when, if they really do plan on just making a drug lab out of it. In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
against the law?
I meant to say, not true.
You're sober. Was it hard for you to keep sober for this meeting?
We don't need drugs to be hardcore.
Shut the fuck up, Egg.
Maybe not today, Egg. But you need drugs to get through the days when you're not expecting me.
Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock.
That was a good comeback, though. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock of being self-conscious. It is intense. I gotta deal with it every day myself, I know. Bottom line is, I know. I know.
What exactly is it you know?
The drug lab thing.
That's... Come on, that's...
Punishable by summary execution.
It's not.
So what are we going to do with you?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
You tell me what's really going on and we'll work from there. I can be lenient. We do this lawman style. First you tell me everything, then I part. Let's go 2. You tell me what's really going on, we'll work from there. I can be lenient.
What do you mean by lenient?
Not calling back up and hauling you all off to the pen, for starters.
Okay, man, okay.
He raises his hands.
Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now. It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revershole.
Because we do! We totally do!
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
There it is.
To get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign
Probably
was
would.
way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
This is it. Judgment time.
What are we going to do here? Alright, give me your cash. Ask for a bribe first. Bribe first and then bust them. Pack up and report to Precinct 41. Arrest them. Get lost. I don't want to see you again. Evict them. Let's do this clean. No speed lab, just a club for erotic music. Proceed with the club. It wouldn't work without the lab. Do what you have to do to keep the club alive. Proceed with both. I have to look into the spooker situation before I can decide what to do with you. Or like actually go into the club. Maybe we should go in the church, have a look around. Should we just take their money? Give me your cash.
Come on, man. Really?
The young man doesn't move. His earrings rattle from the tension. With his jaw clenched, he says,
No fucking way.
Yes, fucking way.
The would-be leader points at his friend. His finger shakes in the air.
Without a word, the other speed freak pulls a red wallet out of the toolbox and hands it to you. The disdain is palpable. His eyes pierce you like lightning as he lets go of the wallet.
He just jacked their cash. Now give me the rest. We won't push it. I'll look into the spooky situation.
We can continue on an amiable path, right? No more misunderstandings, no more lies. Before you go, is there anything else you need?
We don't have Kim watching us taking these bribes, so we can low-key take a little bit of a bribey.
Other than all our money.
Hush, Noid.
That's it for
As
now.
always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
There's a reason they were being so friendly to us.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets,
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibadee, skibadanger. I am the rearranger.
That's a Scooter line. That's from Scooter. Skippity, skippadanger. I am the rearranger. Hit you with the roar, for sure. Knock at your door, yeah. That's a line from a Scooter song. What song is it again? I can remember it. It's from Maria. I like it loud. Skibbity skidaboo. I am the remix. Hit them with the raw for sure. Was it now burn your draw? I got the lyrics totally wrong. Trying to remember it. Because Scooter lyrics are so logical. Shit. We got HP Baxter in the house.
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
New task. Solve the egghead puzzle. Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths? Bizarre.
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent.
Encore! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore.
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is!
But is it? I mean, really?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking that too.
I am the mic enforcer.
I am the chicks checker. That's Scooter as well.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
He continues to rearrange his tools. I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
It's like right there and there and there, all over the place.
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
It's this one. Are you familiar with it?
Seems like my creation has found its way into the legal bureaucracy. What did you want to ask about it?
What's it supposed to be?
The dead guy smiling.
And what does it mean? Why is the dead guy smiling?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
I'm thinking maybe the smiling dead guy is a symbol for communism. It's also dead but doesn't care.
Yeah, that interpretation holds.
What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by classical solarist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or
Hardcore.
outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
You come up with this stuff by yourself?
Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium. The beat is the same for all.
I think we've exhausted the subject for now.
I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
What about now? Are the signs all right now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
What?
You heard me.
Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked-up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of Revachol's sister revolution on the Grand Isola. It's known as a severely degenerated rogue state.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it, though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
Don't be too hard on Samara. They're all alone in the world. Half of what we know of them is just propaganda.
I know, man. I was just talking about the aesthetic.
The supernatural. So you think it's real? That it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of a widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay, maybe I'll come back later. It's a big maybe. Gotta come back and hustle them at some point and talk to all of them now.
Hi again. So,
Yeah, there's
how
more
things
lines
going?
now that we've talked to them all. I know Noid has his signs, but what's the deal with Egghead there?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What's a master of ceremonies?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. An MC for short.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Back to the heavyweight jam.
Another scooter. They're all scooter quotes. Says the young man with the tape player and the large Boyardero boots. Boyardero, God. Lung-shaped trees sprout on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore! It's
Hardcore.
hardcore! Skibbity, skibbadane.
I am the Rio Ranger. That was interesting. I guess we can go. We should just go in this church here and have a look around. Give me 1 sec. I gotta go and check on my drying mouse pad after I spilled Red Bull all over it. Should be able to go in here now. Saved a lot, haven't I? I think I'm constantly saving.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Pull on the doors.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area, its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city.
Whoa. Cool painting. Strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. Is that actually important? More of the forked lightning pattern you saw outside. Bark beetles? No, it looks intentional. Some long forgotten style. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. This figure was added later. It's not part of the original church. The blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. The bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Should we yell as loud as we can? Stomp your feet, clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Yell as loud as you can?
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
Turn to Kim. What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Maybe they wanted to discourage singing and dancing.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though.
Look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Perception. Try to see beyond the shadows. Boo. You got bodied.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
What's the darkness like? Try to make out something, anything.
There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
He follows your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is that you are seeing. What's the darkness like?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork, the sense of a great height.
Blink. Whoa.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you.
That's
with
creepy.
Dark eyes.
Look at that guy up there. What's that guy doing on the damn roof?
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
There's a man on the roof. Should I mess with other things? Well, it said not to run. Maybe the running would scare these guys off or something.
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The Crab Man.
Crab people. Hey, who's there?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That was a bit rude. I mean, he's not wrong, but you don't need to say it like that.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamrock. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Revachol.
The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
Hey, and what was that about, the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already.
Yeah, we had one drink once in like 3 days. We haven't been drinking much at all. Do we be honest? Talk about a drinking problem? Yeah, I guess I've had a bit of a problem and it's been getting out of hand lately, but I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about police things. We just go, oh, hell no, and run away. Let's go number 1. Let's be honest with this creepy guy hanging from the roof. Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a problem, and it's been getting out of hand lately, but...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence, and you don't even know it.
Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Kim's just like, oh, he's not wrong. For some reason, I feel like you have a point there.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He sways gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? Whatever it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways. 'Tis not an act, my liege, save him perchance he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
Do they have a reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Do you know where the other spooker is? Points at the strange machines around spooker. I forget what that is.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
Wait, so there is another person living in the church, and it's a viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you've got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does? Who is she?
I'm afraid not, Esse. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Will he get upset if we call him a crab man? You must be the crab man. I mean, he is hanging from the rafters, and he does seem to be, I don't know, a bit together.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
Hey, it's your neighbors who came up with his name, not me.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Wait, did you also carve all those sculptures?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
I see what you've done there. It's as if these figures are trying to become one with the church, or perhaps with the mother herself.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
What were you before you became a crab man and a wood carver?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
I lost my memory too, but I like it. It's like I get to create a whole new me. Start again from scratch.
That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry. Extend your hand for a greeting. I don't think he's going to come down and shake our hand.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
He ignores your hand, his limbs a mere shadow below the ceiling. What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who's this mother of silence you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, I said. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
You sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
Good point.
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I think love might have been my drug of choice, and I think I'm still hungover from it.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out.
Let's agree to disagree.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
I still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
You said it twice.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Does it really make sense for you to sing if she's the mother of silence? Can you sing for me? Sing for me something.
I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
Marietti is a mesque style of music and dance. Commonly seen at all manner of festivities, especially weddings, it's delightfully quaint owing to its peasant origins. He lost his cool there for a moment. Seems you hit some nerve.
How did you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, way. It didn't belong to me.
Right, I had other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
It looks like he truly doesn't remember. There's a vagueness to his sense of time.
Okay then, thanks. I'm actually done with that guy. Mesk Banger's silk scarf. Pain threshold. Bottle. Frost has drawn flowers on the grass, on the glass, obscuring the view. A figure drawn in frost on the window, depicting a deer. Cracked pane of glass, colourful. A spider has spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. Some shoes. Mesk Banger's red brogues, +1 empathy.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
This looks like a machine we've seen before in that role-playing Dungeons & Dragons radio game room, whatever it was.
Another radio computer.
Yeah.
And this time it's already turned on.
He seems cautious around the machine.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yes, but this machine looks just like the one in Doomed commercial area.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
He inspects the machine's framework, careful not to touch anything.
A quaint little box of radio waves.
Mate, let me just investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
We'll press play in a second. I just need to run away really quickly. I'll be like 1 minute. I won't do an actual break. I'll just be a beat. gonna press play on this thing.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing the speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Fortress Accident. Wasn't that the name of that D&D game? Repeater Station 1. Personal log.
It's the same old woman you spoke with
Yeah.
through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Fortress Accident, like the one in the doomed commercial area?
I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log, February, March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password?
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Is it my birthday?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that. Unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
The voice in the machine asks again. She sounds cold in the damp air.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye.
I guess we'll go and
Fortress
ask the guy.
Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
You can try print.
Nothing happens.
A portable Harman Wowshi tape recorder. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. Is it possible it's recording something? It's a big hole.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Kneel?
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
This is cool. I love the art. The music's kind of cool as well. Close your eyes first.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope.
Open your eyes.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
It's compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
How did I know this is the mother of humanism?
It's a mystery.
What the fuck? That
A
was
mystery
92%.
sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. All you know is, this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look.
Dude, that was 92%. Oh my god. 72% reconstruct the cracked glass.
A jigsaw of broken
No one
shards
hits.
falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
What shattered this mosaic?
Unknown.
Who is this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
The motto, what does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau. After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. Could these words be the password that unlocks the filament memory?
Actually, skip that. This is the great leitmotif of humanism. A summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death. Could these words be the password that unlocks the filament memory? Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death. After
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
I like the other one better. What the hell? We're not saying number 4. Jesus Christ, sometimes the dialogue escalates in this game. I'm gonna stay around. Just go cool.
Ice cool.
Ice cool.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of this place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
He looks at the machinery lying around.
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I don't remember being here.
I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Kim, are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
I'm going to pretend I followed all of that. Hey, your pants, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. This game is full of words. A lot of words. 2 decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. We get a clue to what the password might be, but we should talk to our friend hanging on the rafters over here. So a little distracted watching Dota at the moment. There's a really good game of Dota on. This is crazy. I guess I've been phasing out a little bit watching OG vs Secret.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
It's just coffee. Have you by any chance heard the Vegeta say the password to her computer?
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
We could be honest and say it's for a first-degree murder investigation in Martinez. This guy's alright. I'm doing a survey. Well, our drama is saying leading us for surveys. I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes, identifying regional trends. In the interest of public safety, of course. That sounds made up. Should we just be honest? Yes, it's for a first-degree murder investigation in Martinez.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Well, I don't think he liked that.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
Cool.
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Okay then, thanks.
I think we're done here, essay.
Ooh, he bailed.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
Not much of what we're doing does seem relevant to the investigation at all. But we're just doing whatever's good, baby.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print. The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon. Votre accident.
Let's try this again. I think I might have the right password.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there any... Goodbye, votre accident.
She says as her voice disappears into a whirl of static.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Arrived at the church, the door's boarded up, so I used a crowbar to get inside. Deserted. Whose logs are these? 4th of February, over a month ago. Do you think this log might be connected to the case? Dude, he's just gonna say no.
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity.
And the third entry?
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
He steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. 4th entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
A data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artists, programmers, Lexi. Who are all these people?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
5th entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now.
Now he's interested, yeah.
I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Anomaly at the back of the church. Need to get some mics. Weren't we, Did we get a mic already?
About?
Towards the silence. Because there was that microphone that, Acel was using.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
8th entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
She must be describing a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Read the 9th entry.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
I was wondering, is that me? Yeah, that was when we were messing around with this machine in the Doomed district. That's me. I was the one who broke into that radio computer. And the storekeeper must be Plaisance.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
Kid must hit you with the I told you so. Read the 10th entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Who's this?
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Sooner the programmer. Someone cottoned on that we're in here accessing all this. You must know someone's called up, used the password, and is going through it. Oof, God, that was a crazy Dota game. I've been distracted by that a lot on the side as well. Secret taking a 1-1. Strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Hey, we used the password. She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're here on a side case representing certain music venue organizers.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
How long would that take? Look at all our clothes now. We didn't actually get that microphone, did we? But it looked like we possibly could. From what I remember. Imagine this will take some time for her to reboot.
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
It does not look like a big loss to her. Hey, are you the lead programmer of We're All Untethered, by any chance?
Yes. Or, no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turns back to the terminal.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
Nope.
But you know he's around?
Yes.
He's seen you.
And?
Okay, it's probably not a big deal then.
No, you're right. I'm not.
Her voice trails off as she bends over to tinker with the machine's printer. Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefect processing unit.
Wait, what?
RAIN prefect. My radio computer.
And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
She has stopped working now. I know a little.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the AR1? Is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you just for a moment?
We're hitting you with the 20
or
questions.
Get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
What are those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Right. I'll try not to touch anything. Next question.
Great.
What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
You're occupying a public space. I need to know what you're doing here.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer.
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
You measure it by collecting data on its surroundings, on that which exists.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
Hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
Hydro transducers. That's cool.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crab Man lives.
I know.
You don't think Crab Man might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
You said that the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Does she not have a microphone? Is that what she's gonna say? That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world. For now.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Have you even listened to it? Like, actually listened?
Yeah. Like, all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they?
She pulls a face that looks absolutely scathing.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music? I don't think she's going to be too keen with them setting up a club in this church where she's doing all this stuff.
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
We did determine this. Like, we gave him the shakedown about the drug lab. What did they want to build then? We actually already know.
Take a guess, why don't you?
I heard they're also planning on building a drug lab.
Bingo! That's exactly what they're up to.
Ah, wonderful.
The lieutenant whispers, admiring the embellished pillars and the spectacular architecture in the church.
Now this house of worship is also going to be a drug lab. Always something fascinating happening in tents.
Both of these are sort of supporting it. We are a cop. I don't think we should be supporting this drug lab too much as a police officer. Say nothing.
So that's settled. Great. No nightclubs in the church then.
Hey, agent. Yeah, I need to fix my game timer as well. Whenever I hit 23 hours, it breaks like this. Once I get to 24 hours, I can fix it again. Now the game timer's broken for a bit. But I don't know, like there's obvious things that get time gated. Like, you can't physically walk across the water, whatever that bridge was, until Wednesday. But, a lot of stuff it feels like you can do in any sort of order. I'm wondering if we can get that microphone, if that will help her. Some of this stuff that is so unrelated to the murder that we're actually trying to investigate. It's a little question of, like, why we're doing all this stuff, but... for now, I'm just clicking on things and doing whatever. Time's getting late, though. We've got a couple of things we need to go back and do this evening. So should keep an eye on the time, or just hard save a bit in case I forget. And we run out of time.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
Can't say. Gotta ask questions first.
Shoot.
I can't say I'm big fan of this whole drug lab situation, being a police officer myself. Your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew of this plan?
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I even tried not to lie to you.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
Instead, you opted to admit the truth. It's the same thing.
I know, but I knew you'd see through their plan too. I'm not an idiot. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise.
Yeah, that was a big thing. I had to make sure I get the Final Cut version. It must be crazy. It's so much better with voice acting. It really sets the tone as well. Like, racism and race is such a big vibe of the game, and all the different accents and the different people and stuff it just adds so much to it. Because the voice acting is really good as well.
May I ask, what did you tell them?
For a game that is just like over 90% of the game time is just dialogue trees, it does help a lot, yeah. That I'm going to decide after I've looked into the church situation.
Oh, right. That's wise. Take your time.
The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, Strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Which is fair, I probably would too.
Like a crab, you say?
I saw him. I saw the crab man.
You saw him? Does it mean that you went in there? Did you see the other spooker, the one in Grandma's clothes?
I mean, she seems nice. I don't see why I need to withhold information. I did see them both, yes.
Good, so you believe me. You should go tell this to Andre. He'll know what to do next.
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
Alright, I'll see you later, Pants. I hope you feel better.
To the cops.
What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Aha, okay. Maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
This is all interesting. I don't really know what I'm doing in the middle of all this, though. Crab people, programming lady, raving drug lab people, and that nice girl.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
He looks excited. About the church, I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh man! Who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual. Well, he was okay. For like creepy crab dude hanging from the roof in an abandoned church, he was actually okay.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Well, he did. He actually did tell me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
You're just going to have to live with the crab man.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She did not like the Anertic Dance Club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
She's pretty set up in there.
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
I don't really want to evict her. She's actually doing some work in there. These guys just want to drug and rave. I don't even know why I'm really helping them in the first place. No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man.
That's me.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She absolutely does not. I don't see why we'd lie. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment.
Aww.
But then he returns to the full swing of it.
You got a bit deflated by that.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If It's all okay with you? What do you think?
Perhaps if you drop the drug lab, it might make it easier to convince her.
Oh man! But the drug lab was like an integral part of getting the club going.
For me, it was my favourite part. Chemistry's great. Besides, imagine all the drugs we could do if we had our own drug lab.
I imagine that is one of the benefits of creating a drug lab, yes.
I mean, hypnotic music is great and all, but drugs, they make you feel really good. When did you last feel really, really good?
I don't have time to feel good. I'm a very busy officer of the law. Never. I've never felt good in my entire life.
Pull out that stick, lawman. You'd absolutely love drugs. They'll make you feel transcendent.
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
I don't know how much time I'm going to spend on this
Goodbye,
whole nightclub
officer.
thing. It really seems to sort of pick and choose what you want to do with your time. Like, we have so many different things we could sort of be doing right now. I'm wondering why I'm spending all my time with these people. I guess we've got time. We've got some time to kill. But we could get back on the main course of things. Personally, I'm not really doing much of this Everard saying. I've been lying my ass off to Everard, because clearly Everard's like a scumbag and lying to us as well. I got one signature for this construction thing he's talking about, but then I realized we can forge the signature. So I think I'm going to forge a signature and give it to that guy. Which we could go do soon. We've got a lead there of stuff to do, but also got to remember where I've explored and not explored in this new area. I think I've explored most of this back half. This is where we came from. Yeah, I think I have explored this back half. Been all up there. Cool. Still a bunch of stuff up the front we haven't done. We've actually got some money too. Look at it, it's 90 real. We're rich. I hustled those raver kids for their money. We got a lot from them. I haven't talked to these guys at all. I think. Did I? Can't remember. This is my shack, isn't it? If I go in this shack, can I forge this signature in here?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum. Underneath all this, Lillian's signature and an empty line waiting for a signee.
Dude, that's only 42%. We can put a point in it and change it. Was it interfacing? 42 is not great. It's a red check. What will happen if we failed this? It's a red check, so we can't retry it. We just hand it to Everett with just this mess of a signature on the bottom of it. I don't want to fail that. I'm resisting the urge to save scum as well, because it must be so easy to save scum in this game. Just like try, fail, just reload a save. So I'm trying to play it by the books and just roll with whatever happens. We want interfacing. I don't know if I have much here for interfacing. It's pretty cool because it seems like there's always some way around things. Even if you mess something up, there's always an alternative path. Oof. We could put a point in interfacing just for this. Do you reckon it'll work? I don't want to do what Everard says. Everything about him is sus, and I don't like him.
You take the legal documents
58%?
out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period.
This is a spicy roll, this one.
In the addendum.
So I think this will really boot us in the arse if we mess this up.
Lillian's signature and an empty line.
We're going to roll it.
For a signee.
Here we go. I don't think I've got no other better way to If we go and do other things and maybe get another skill point and wait to do it. I kind of want to just do it now, though, because I've got a bit of time left in the day. It's over 50%. Here we go.
The pen is shaking in your hand as you draw a pathetic little line.
The percentages mean nothing in this. We messed up a 90-something% roll before. In the past few hours, I think we've got a 17% success. And I had something that was like 93% before, and that failed. There's a real XCOM percentages out here. As you draw a pathetic little line. What have I done?
It appears you have drawn a line instead of a signature. A puny line. Looks like the late stages of dementia.
Have I ruined the document?
No, it's just a line. Forgery obviously isn't your strong suit. Sorry for suggesting it. If you get someone to actually sign this,
oh, okay,
it should be fine.
We didn't completely blow it. Damn, I should have waited to do it, I guess, or something. Well, who was the other person we wanted to sign it?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. At 12th, the youth center cuts.
We've got one of the signatures. I forget who Liliana signed her. Isabel Sadie. Sadie. It was Sadie. We spoke to Sadie, didn't we? This was the person's signature we did get.
Hey, tequila!
Idiot doom spiral. A 30-something man clad in a two-piece lycra trademark tracksuit puts down his pilsner and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Just shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang. Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
It says what? Like it's obviously your name? Is he calling us tequila? How's the adventures going? Not too hot. I'm on a 50-year losing streak. I have re-entered reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will. I am the law. Nothing special, like everyone else. I have all sorts of wild thoughts running through my head, but then pick the most boring one.
Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back, no word from my business buddies.
He takes a sip from his beer.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
I'm sure. What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
Please! Please don't go! Don't go!
Begs the man in the pipe.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's
That was
what
obvious.
we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
What are these guys? Could you and your pals sign this document? I think we need the signatures now if we're going to progress with Everard. I think I blew it with the forged signature, unless there's some other way around it, maybe. It might present itself, but so far I only see one way through this whole signature thing.
What's it about? I'll let my hand address the situation. Maybe you've heard. I used to be a very successful businessman. I've signed more than a few lease forms or whatever the fuck they were. Anyone's got a pen, the pro's gonna do it.
I have this blue oblong pen, which is Kim's, technically.
All right.
Can I have the pen back too?
Don't know if I've mentioned it, but I used to be a businessman. And as a businessman, I am going to keep the pen.
Just stole our pen. For my trouble? Oh my... He's just not even hiding it. It's like, what pen? There was no pen.
No, that was my favorite thing of all the things you have. This had better be worth losing the pen for.
What a dick. You've done a great service to the community, to the RCM, and to Revachol.
Hey guys, I'm a hero.
Does he even know what he just signed? If he just drunkenly signed whatever, he hands you the envelope and waves his hand erratically at his companions.
Hell yes!
The red-nosed drunk brings his hand up to his hand up to his head for a salute.
Don't call Abigail!
The drunk in the pipe snorts and takes a swig from his bottle. The bottle is empty.
Thank you for your help. Should we go and mail this? I think I saw a mailbox on the platter.
Should talk to these guys first?
Okay, what's on your mind?
What is Tequila Sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. You're Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
I do not.
No, you sure don't.
Maybe?
I don't think you're ready for that grade of reality yet. It'd be ill-advised for me to tell you. You gotta go do the intro yourself. Come back when you've been to the motor carriage. Tequila.
What is this guy talking about?
He points toward the waterline with his bottle.
The motor carriage. There was a busted up motor carriage, the broken one. So, can you tell me the Tequila Sunset story now?
Didn't I already say? I don't want to be the one who breaks it to you. You have to get acquainted with the event first. It'd be irresponsible.
Is the event the trails of the car that leapt over the building and crashed everywhere?
You too, Tequila Sunset.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
He spreads his arms as if wanting to embrace you.
Does he actually know you? Or is he just shopkeep friendly?
Good to see you too, friend.
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed.
300?
And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
Didn't we want some speed? We've already got some smokes and booze. That might be handy to have a bit of speed on us. It's like one morale hit, but it temporarily increases those, yeah. That, we should imagine if we bought that before. That would have given us the edge. We popped some speed. That might have got us to forge the signature. Damn. I should have talked to these guys before. Let's keep a speed, and it's a bit expensive. It's definitely -1 morale. It's not very appropriate for a police officer to be buying speed from these random people, but we've done worse.
Go, friend.
Buying speed. He hands you a tiny bottle with a straw. Ooh, is it a curly straw? To sip it? The powder looks clotted and quite moldy.
That is unhygienic and dangerous, and it does not endear you to me. Just wanted to make that clear, okay?
Oh, Kim, I knew you were going to say that.
Unhygienic. This stuff is very hygienic. Anything else?
Amphetamine?
Aye. By amphetamine, I mean speed.
I think you didn't hear me when I said I'm a police officer, saying this after we just bought some of him.
Sure did, buddy boy. That's why I said amphetamine. I mean speed. I mean amphetamine. I got both.
I thought by speed you meant amphetamine.
Aye. That's what I said.
Right, got it.
Good, my man. Now what can I offer you?
Quite the business venture you've set up here.
Oh. The system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard.
What do you mean?
You see, friend,
Man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor ex-squeeze, sold 2 to the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now. I got everyone on my hook.
He spreads his arms and smiles a crooked, toothless smile.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Got a permit for this little shit show. What, do you reckon they've got a permit for selling speed out of this random, whatever this is, this tube? Looks like you're on your own hook too.
Of course, of course, of course. It is what it is, you know. What it's always been. People, buddy boy. It's the people.
Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
No one can buy spirits for 300 real. That's crazy.
You know what's crazy, actually?
He grins, then bursts out laughing, then takes 3 gulps of his Pilsner and stares at you intently.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
Keep him talking.
What do you mean, what? What did you think was crazy earlier?
This guy.
Where did you get the bottle of spirits from?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink.
He spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before you.
Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
That's a good tip. I should remember it.
It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
Okay, how?
The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingy.
He gets an excited gleam in his eyes.
Like 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol.
Snakes or intestinal worms?
Does he mean those things that are in some type of liquor bottles?
2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
He suddenly said 3 real. Should we just take it? Has he just messed up here? Is this guy so wasted he doesn't know? Like, it said, remind him that he said 300. Should we just grab it? I think it will prove useful. Yes.
3 real and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime.
That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now.
Blue medicinal spirit. Well, it's cheap. I guess we should just grab it. Whatever it is. I don't know why we'd want it. But it's cheap.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
I don't know if we're going to drink that.
If you drink this, then you'll die. That's a fact.
Exactly.
And that's why we're going to save you from yourself and store this as a sellable item. Go sell it at the pawn shop for a profit.
Oh, nice. Cool. I wonder how much it's worth. We've already got smokes and booze.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
Don't call Abigail, grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who is Abigail?
Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
This dude's wasted.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Who are you? What's your name?
Don't call Abigail!
Where am I? What is this place?
The man hiccups, then mumbles something unintelligible.
Why shouldn't I call Abigail?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
Oh, this is probably going to be bad. We got to lean in, though. I don't want to get closer to this guy.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
Hey, I'm on an important official investigation. I demand you answer my questions.
There's no use in yelling at drunks. He's barely holding it together.
The drunk man starts coughing a really disgusting, hacking cough.
Tell me about your friends.
Don't you fucking call her. Hear me? Abigail?
He whimpers in the end.
Don't call.
Slowly, his head nods off to the side as he passes out, tongue dangling from his mouth.
There was little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway.
Money. Everybody seems so oblivious of the money lying around the place. Like, this is just right here in front of them all. We will take it. I feel like we've headed back to sort of the start of this area. We're getting close to have explored this whole area. I wouldn't mind going and handing in this thing to Everard today. Before, we're just going to make sure we are ready at the time for that smoking guy. Smoker on the balcony at 9. So last time we went a little bit after 9:30 and it was too late. You got to be pretty much right on 9. There's 6. Let's just save. Hard save regularly in case I forget. Mess it up. There's still heaps of crap around here I haven't looked at actually. The underside of the boat has recently been tarred. Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. So this must be the accident. Is it related to those guys? Sort of going in reverse order here a bit. Nice place. A cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. You see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. Postcard. Ooh, a bow. Bow knot. +2 drama. Little bow tie. The dramatic bow tie. How's it going, neck? Horrific necktie. Look at our drip. We almost look presentable, except for this strange hat. I think I shouldn't have this on. I don't have any other hats. But my logic is already really good. That's my main thing, logic. It's cranked. I don't think I need that much logic to be removing my perception. Yeah. So I think I'll just go hatless. I repeat, hatless. I keep changing my clothes for specific things and then forgetting that I'm running around with this stuff on. This one's all pluses. Conceptualization, suggestion. I don't know if I need that one too much. I don't even like electrochemistry. I don't like that guy. +1 to Kingdom of Conscience, whatever that means. Yeah, I don't want minus authority either. Visual calculus buff might be good, since it's getting nerfed from our forts. These, usually the interfacing gloves I get a chance to put back on. Like when I need to interface something, I can usually just go to the menu and just chuck them on if I need it. It's the stuff that might pop up in the middle of a conversation. I just want to be wearing, like I need a default outfit for the things that might pop up in a conversation where I can't back out of and I'm sort of locked into it. Perception's good. That's a bit better.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
Oops, it's a fashion faux pas. I like regular, normal things.
I know you do. These Inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this. That's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense. This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you.
Hey, they're not that bad. Kingdom of Conscience. That's a strange thing. It's not like a stat, is it? No. I rolled big on the intellect, sort of hoping to just sort of talk and solve my way through things. We're not very physically fit. The one on physique. I might need to run away just for 2 minutes. Quick breaky. It's one of these traps. We've almost explored all of this area, I think.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud. In the east, the city center hums to you.
Yeah, in hindsight, Agent, I realize now that was probably the better thing to do. It's the classic RPG thing when you need to like make a character right at the start of the game before you even start playing. Like, I don't really know how the game works or what I should be doing. In hindsight, it would have been better to just even everything out. And then you can use cloves and certain things to sort of give you the edge on what you need to do. For now, it's sort of, I've just been just using whatever comes up at the time. Like, if I get checked for something, I'll just save a point. I got to remember to roll ads in a break as well, so that doesn't happen. Although you probably can't hear me anymore. The
constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
His face is red from the cold sea air. Bummer. So we just keep saying this. You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
I need to BRB anyway. To get hit with double ads. Ads for days.